Alrighty. Hello, beautiful people. I don't know why I've chosen that as my new tagline, apparently. At least two videos in a row. Um, so it turns out I don't mind having the earbud in while I'm chit-chatting with you guys. Makes me feel like I'm not yelling at the camera as much. Oh, Mr. Bones is coming to join us. He knows what the clap means. Isn't that right, Mr. Bones? That's right. You gonna go for a big stretch? Oh, alrighty. So, some good news. I'm going on vacation. So we got some uploads planned regardless. Um, so again, general behind the scenes thing of, hey, I'm not doing these live. And I'll try and shoot for 2 to 3 workouts a week just to kind of keep ahead of the schedule. Um, the other good news is I've been kind of bobbling between, 186 to 187 or so, and my goal before going on vacation was to be below 185. Weighing in this morning, 184.4. So I'm super stoked. Um, at my heaviest, sometime last year, I was around 200 pounds. At the start of this year, I was around 195. So admittedly, I have not been super consistent all this whole time in the weight loss journey. But I think I really started trying to lose the weight starting February. It is now the start of April. So ballpark 1 pound a week. So I'm very generally pleased with that. All right. One of the things I wanted to do today was, yes, I hear you. Um, was to actually kind of what focus on footwork, foot stability. One of the things that I saw recently was a gent, yes, playing golf, and I just saw how active both feet were during his swing. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know, but it made me appreciate that maybe for myself, again, I enjoy the idea of golf, whether or not I'm any good, and I'm not any good at it, but whether or not, it's something that I choose to do forever and ever is debatable. My thought is like, right, that if I'm here in my golf swing, all right, I felt like I would get to here and then like it was very awkward to swing through. Like it felt very awkward on my knee, and even if I towed out, it's like, ooh, that feels even worse on my knee. But the follow through feels good, so it's like, oh, well, you just have a shorter follow backswing, and I'm like, eh. Versus the thought of, hey, I can let this foot come up, really head and get into my backswing, swing through, and again, let my feet be pretty active in that motion. So, a couple of things that I wanted to do with that are a couple of heel raise variations. So we'll start with probably the easiest one. I've also finished my little reorganization of the gym space because it was driving me a little bonkers, like not having the space to stretch out. So we'll see how it works over the next few weeks, months, etc. All right. So we have this block in between our heels, and that we should feel like as we go up, those heels turn inwards, compressing the block, and then we can put it down. So it's really controlled. And this is something else that I've been struggling with, I feel like, in my time at the gym. And what's actually interesting is as I'm talking right now, right, my hips are also really lighting up right now, right on the sides here. My calves are definitely starting to feel burned too. But what I've noticed at the gym is when I can feel my feet better, I squat better, I deadlift better. Yesterday I squatted and it didn't, my hips didn't feel good when I was trying to push through my hips. But when I've emphasized on having like starting to push from my feet, The squat felt great. The depth felt great. There's no symptoms. Like I was getting this like weird, like crampy left butt to hamstring thing. It just didn't feel good. So having that push through the feet felt really good. I haven't been counting, but what I will say is that they're starting to get decently tired. So I'm gonna go 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. So again, very interesting that I got more of like an outer calf fatigue thing and then like kind of going up the sides of my hips as I was going through that. But how many reps did I do? I don't know. You can count and tell me. All righty. I'll actually keep this for a second. We'll see if I can do this. I'd seen this as a single leg variation. Um, so I would call this a posterior tib heel raise to see if we can do the single legged. So the emphasis would be on still on keeping that clicked, that heel click, those heels together. And then as I come up on my left tippy toe, I can feel again my heel hooking inward. So that's again, this is a good sign that your posterior tib is functioning as it should be. 9 and 10. Ooh, that's burning. So the posterior tib is a pretty important muscle. It makes you work on it kind of helps support that, your primary arch. Alrighty. So that felt pretty good. Again, like calves are definitely fatigued. Okay. So that's kind of like the post tib thing. It felt good enough. What I'm going to do a few reps of is some double leg heel raises, single leg heel raises, and then some soleus heel raises as well. But really the emphasis is on what I call the tripod. So holding up my hands like this, I feel like always helps me describe it. So my thumbs are my heels. My middle fingers are the balls of my pinky toes, like the outside of kind of the outside of my forefoot. And then my pointer fingers are like the ball of my big foot, just below my big toe. So as I stand here, I feel that even tripod. So one of the things that for walking we need to be able to do is that we end up riding on the outside of our foot to the ball of our toe so that we can push off effectively. So what I try and really intentionally feel sometimes, and here's the word again, intention. It's not really about reps. It's can you reproduce the same motion over and over and over again? All right, so it's not 3 sets of 10. It's how many reps do you need to feel like you can do it automatically without thinking about it. So here I am. I'm standing. I feel very balanced between those 3 points, right? If I kind of hook my feet under, right, I'm really dug in now, right? That's the idea of somebody squatting and like, hey, you want to be stable here? Dig your feet into the ground, right? As soon as I dig my feet into the ground, take a little squat position, my glutes kick in. So from here, if I come up on my tippy toes, right, I'm not just trying to go from my heel to the balls of my feet. I'm trying to feel that weight shift from my heels, right? I got that tripod to where I feel a little more weight on the outside of my foot, the ball of my pinky toe. I start coming up and then I roll in so that I feel more weight on the ball of my big toe and then I control it down. So this is kind of scooping motion. I almost think of it, right? We're doing like a number 7 All right, so we start from the bottom of the 7, and then we come in on the right foot. On the left foot, it'd be the backward 7. So if you can follow my hand movements here. So we're working on plantar flexion, strength, and inversion, eversion control, or pronation, supination, however you want to call it. All right, my toes stay in contact with the ground, and I'm able to do enough reps to go, okay, I can feel that motion. That's as hard as it has to be. Okay. How many reps do you do until you feel like it's just an automatic thing? You don't have to think about it as much. All right, so we can try the same thing on one foot where, again, from I'll go total health perspective. We're working on our balance just by standing on one leg. Part 2, right? Can I feel that weight shift? Right, and this is where I will say this is a lot harder than it used to be. All right, I used to be able to do these pretty effectively, so guess what? I might be adding in a set of here and again for some accessory work. Right, that is very hard for me today. Admittedly, I'm working off of a squishy surface, but this is kind of what I mean about like, I feel like I can't feel my feet as well in the gym as I used to. So ideally, I'd be doing this on something firmer, but all right. All right, right side is a lot easier. Interesting. All right, so that one air quote felt bad because I was able to go up, but then I just kind of came flat-footed down, and I felt myself kind of fall into that overpronation. All right. All right, so it's definitely hard even on the right leg, but it was definitely more of a struggle on the left. Okay, but doing a few reps on the right side, kind of got that pattern woken up on the left side, but you can see how much I'm having to dance around. Okay, so we can do the same thing here where I got my tripod. All right, boom. I'm going to float this back knee. And can I feel that same motion without losing good control? And I am shaking up a storm right now. Ooh. All right, one more time. And I'll blame that on the yesterday's squats. But I'm very, again, happy because I went from, like, I was at 186 and then 187 and then 186.6 and then seeing the scale at 184.4 today, I was like, hell yeah. Whew, legs are burning. Alrighty. So the last thing I want to do with this, again, it's just in terms of appreciating the tripod and the ability to almost like shift my weight back and forth, is we're going to do a bunch of around the worlds, clockwise, counterclockwise, slight split stance, maybe some single leg, a couple of reps. It doesn't have to be overtly heavy. So this is where we're going, right? Here. Okay, possible thought is right. The weight is trying to pull me down. So my body is reacting. So I feel a little more weight on the outside of my feet already. Easy breathing. So if I bring my weight to the left, right, my body reacts. There's a little bit less pressure into my right foot. There's a little more pressure into my left foot. Once it gets behind me, there's a little more weight on my heels. Now it's on my right foot, right? So we can kind of just appreciate that our feet are the kind of anchors in the situation. Do I think around the world's a really that good of an exercise? Nah, not really. But, right, right, now that I've got myself moving a little bit, right, that might be too heavy. But now that I have myself moving a bit, it's like, oh, I can feel again the weight, the weight shift back and forth over and over and over again. Let's go with, all right, that feels better. Okay, so this is, let's start off at 35. All right. So again, it's just more so appreciating that I can feel my feet being stable as opposed to stiff. If I go into a split squat position or kind of this foot offset position, right? More weight on the front, more weight on the front, more weight on the front. When it's in my right hand, weight's on the back leg. When the weight's in my left hand, it shifts forward. All right. And this is where, interestingly enough, this feels going, what's this, counterclockwise with my left foot forward, feels much different than when I was going clockwise. So if there was a value to around the world, it'd be getting maybe more foot and ankle stability back over like trunk stability. Okay. So with my left foot being back, that's the left foot that's probably doing more work. Go to the right foot. Right, again, the goal is to be stable rather than stiff. And that's where, again, that seems to be a decent challenge for me. Let's see how I do clockwise. Clockwise doesn't feel too bad. And then again, when you got a couple of practice reps in, probably won't. But like I said, I feel like my foot stability has definitely not been as good as it could have been. And the why remains to be seen. So, yeah, this was kind of fun. So again, a couple of victories, right? A couple of like good things. The gym continues to progress more or less, despite me losing weight. My home gym space looks a little neater, or I feel like I got more room to stretch at the very least. I'm losing weight, like I feel like I ought to be. And what else? I'm going on vacation. So I'll see you guys when I get back. Keep up the hard work. It's been great working out with you today. If you did what I did, great. You did your own thing, great. You're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you. It's what we're here to do. Help each other be a little better every day. So good job today. Keep working hard, and we will see you next time.